Welcome back, ladies and gents. So let's get on the way in towards our second map. It's IHC taking on Eruption. Of course, first map going the way of IHC. That was Eruption's pick, and it's thick and fast in towards the pistol already. As Shinobi will find the first.
Yeah, Shinobi gets the first head. There's definitely a few more around looking for a bit more. But it's going to be Techno, Annihilation, and Bartak now chiming in. It looked good as an idea from Eruption. Unfortunately, just could not get the headshots that they so desperately needed. Dobu, the only one left. I think there's a P250 down there. I could be wrong. Either way, he's got to find three. They're trapped in spawn at the very least. But just so many to find here. Annihilation's going to ruin him, and that'll be a 3K coming in from the big man as well. Really solid on map 1. Looks to continue that on map 2.
Didn't start well as well, right? You know, Shinobi found that first. You're thinking, okay, maybe this is where we can start to see Eruption should do what they do best, which is, well, what we see, at least in the last few days, pistol rounds seem to be where we found a lot of the really, really good work coming through. But no, not to be. Great stuff coming in, and all in all, IHC starting off the way they finished over towards Ancient, and now we can start to have a look at how things will pan out here in Inferno. And Inferno as well is just a map for IHC, which we've seen them play a lot, both internationally and domestically too, and they look pretty good on it as well. I mean, I think if I'm right in saying, mate, yeah, it's their most played map. They played it 15 times in the last 3 months alone. While the win percentage isn't exactly fantastic, just that experience alone is pretty formidable, right? And then when you get, add in the types of teams that they're playing as well, all in all, they've had some really good experience. Played against the likes of the OG, Zero Donation. They've also since then had the likes of Blue Jays, Miratum, Wings Up, Lin Vision. So all in all, some very good experience on this map. So they're a side who I think are very scary on Inferno. I think a lot of teams should be quite concerned when coming against them. Eruption, just generally in this series, they kind of got their backs against the wall a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely does look like that is the case. So we'll see. Inferno, I think, is at the moment, especially, kind of in this region, but at the minute is the sort of middle ground map for me. Now that, you've got No Dust 2, Mirage is a bit solved. Inferno is the one that everybody needs to know how to play Inferno at least a little bit, no matter where you are in the world. It's pretty common in the best of ones, all this kind of stuff. So I think we're in for a game. It is just a question of whether Eruption can just stomach the loss on the last one. They mounted the comeback but didn't fully pull it off. Yami going to be spotted because of the blood coming out of him. But no kill as yet. I thought we would have seen some action. I thought they were preparing for a burst out of the apartments, but they call it off.
Tempo slow down just a tad as well. The buy over towards Eruption. Banking on just one FAMAS. A bit of pistols to work with. This is dicey, but they got the right call in terms of a bit of a gamble stack. We're staying over towards A and full rotating. Hang on a second. Lads, where you going?
30 seconds left and they're off.
Well, what info have they got?
I don't know. Maybe bLitz sold the fake effectively over here. Maybe just a wild call. They're not... Oh, what is happening? There's no way. There's no way. There maybe was a B-split smoke that we might have missed that went down. Either way, they're walking into a stack now, that's for sure. Nice shot coming in from the first. They're going to find 2 in towards CT. They're very ready for this stack, though. It will just be coolest. Oh, if he drops the bomb in time, they're not going to find the round. He does as well. No way. No way. Oh, my goodness. That was so close. That was so close. They do trade him out, but goodness me, I thought he'd done it. I thought he'd found the perfect timing for it.
Oh my god, that is Counter-Strike. That is Counter-Strike. The rap coming through was hilarious in its own, but the fact that it nearly nets Eruption around off the back of nothing, what a story that would have been. That would have been hilariously sad to see, and IHC would have been kicking themselves. Thankfully, it's just a case of they had 3 seconds to find the kill, and he was, stuck in towards second oranges, but not bad. Taking a peek towards mid, coolest. That'll be the last we hear of him in towards this round. What a shot, though. Fury, that's quick.
Alrighty then, the Deagles have come to play today, apparently. Looking for a little bit more. He's actually getting dangerously close to getting another kill when it happened for him in the end, but still, excitement has ramped up quickly here. IHC battling for these rounds, absolutely battling for these rounds. Should be able to get a third pretty easily, though.
Yeah. Oh, alright. Not bad, though, Yami. Bit of a corker. Bartak will fall. Hey, these Deagles doing good work.
Shinobi inside the smoke. He's hoping to find a good timing maybe to work through it. No, he's actually going to work his way back. They are going for the 3v3 here, despite the fact that Dobby's got that AK one-tap potential in the future rounds. Not fancying it, though. So they are going to go in on the attack, not saving. Big damage done onto Techno. Annihilation will chime through. It's now just the deagle of Yami to try and find anything. They do make it costly. So a 4K comes in from bLitz, very nice. But you can see Score, you can see Techno are pretty poor as the crow flies. So this is going to be a dangerous one moving forwards. Eruption once again keeping the pressure on.
I've got to say, so far, I'm not inspired by what I've seen from IHC. I know despite them, of course, being 3-0 up, you're thinking, kind of on paper, okay, they're fine, right? You know, they've been comfortable, but it just hasn't been the case, right? I think anybody who's maybe, you know, kind of watching through HLTV more than anything, they will think that things are going absolutely fine, but I'm not really convinced just yet. IHC, they're not looking kind of as dominant as we know they can be and making quite a few rookie errors, and we're seeing Eruption hitting some pretty nice shots as well. That kind of 10-15 minute break in between. Obviously, maybe a little bit of time in the DM for them because they are looking crisp right now. Second mid flash will come through. bLitz will just about get out of dodge in time.
Yeah, just about. Very quiet into this first rifle round then. There's only the one player over on B. An early smoke goes down. Attempt to keep them at bay. I'm not sure if there's another one towards CT, but they are prodding and poking on B. Could get scary over here.
Dicey, Fury, waiting. There's a world in which this fight happens momentarily, and that could decide things. There's another one too. Annihilation will be caught by the flash. Staying alive. Nonetheless, the boost will come through. This could net them a kill.
It's looking likely, but they move off of it. I mean, 40 seconds, IHC are yet to really make a dent or even noise or even give themselves away. They're going to slowly start to work their way back towards B, keep the A presence hanging about, smokes coming in, etc. Fury, as I said, doesn't have a smoke dropped, so it's not like he can put another one down here. Goes down as well, and that might just be the round off the back of it, to be honest. Techno, great find from him. 20 seconds remain. I mean, the rotations are coming in, but they're just so late to everything, and with bLitz finding that frag, it'll absolutely be a save now. And IHC, they show they can do it kind of both sides of the coin, quick and slow.
I'm liking what I'm seeing. I am. I mean, that was much more convincing. Like I was saying earlier, it just wasn't comfortable from IHC and kind of against the pistols and the sort of force buys and whatnot. That's much better. This is kind of where we look towards the side and think, okay, you know, more expected, so to say. So overall, I'm not going to complain at all. The fact that I get a fourth against the first full buy and they're able to sort of pass that test, no problems asked. We're looking okay. We're looking all right. 4-0. Of course, for Eruption, they should be okay in terms of a buy-in towards the next just because the 3 remaining, they can muster up some sort of drop situation between kind of the 3 of them. They've got a bit of a loss bonus built up too overall, so it should be, and that is in big quotation marks, all right. But we'll have to take a look and see. So far, though, so good. 4-0. Attack pause is going to be called as well, and I like this call. I think for Eruption, they need to be careful. Not sort of let this one slip away from them, because it is sort of getting to that point now where we have to be very concerned about kind of Eruption starting to slowly but surely get to a gap where you've got to get really concerned. I think, you know, the question of too little, too late starts to play out.
Yeah, absolutely. Really could get frightening here if they're not kind of fast enough.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And so far as well, the thing is, it's like the way that the rounds have gone. I mean, it came close on an eco, but that rifle round was just not really all there for me. You know, they're playing around the gamble stack on A, which is pretty popular at the moment, but B player didn't get left a second smoke. Imagine he had a second smoke. I think that round would have been very different. Whacks that down at 35 seconds. They've only got 20 to make their way in. Do they opt to burst through it and all this? You know, the mid-rounding just not really there from Eruption. I
agree. I think you're actually spot on. I think so far the calls haven't exactly been perfect. I mean, they're making it competitive like we said, but it doesn't really matter, not about taking rounds. Bit of a tick coming through. bLitz will at least been heard. Nobu got a good position here. He can hit the first. And he will. That's an easy kill.
Yep. Lovely stuff. They're able to get away. No trade available for that. So for the first time, Eruption going to find themselves a man advantage that they can pretty healthily work with. And IHC, you immediately see they don't really know what to do. They're going to give up on A, go towards B, and, well, B player's a bit more prepared this time. Fury's got one, maybe even two flashes lined up and ready to go. That's perfect. Does get one. Traded out instantly, but info's there. There's a rotation from Coolest. They're just going balls to the wall. Bartak does well to find two, but Coolest finds two of his own. Bomb going to get dropped. And 3 men to find now for Annihilation. Be lucky if he even gets the bomb plant, to be honest. Not quite fast enough on the ring off there. I think, yeah, the fire gets the better of him. And Coolest is the one with the rotation and the keen round. 3K coming in from him.
Coolest is the one we're looking towards. He's the guy that we're calling upon to find success for Eruption and kind of be the one who's the difference maker. And there we go. That's where we start to see a little bit of that success coming through for Eruption. Pumping the brakes of the Tada. Good rotate coming through as well. And of course, Coolest stepping up to the plate into the fragging department. Things are starting to play into their hands. That's where we're hoping to see this on a little bit more of a consistent basis for Eruption. IHC, it's not going to be plain sailing. While Inferno's a great map for them, it's not going to be complete plain sailing. Is he cleared? Oh my god, Coolest darts with Devil Shinobi. It actually kills Coolest. It's a team kill.
Oh no, man. That again. Coming away with that man advantage would have been absolutely massive. That's the AWP that gets dropped, and you know, the big hero of last round as well. Really not good. Really not good at all. Techno is in the smoke, of course, and look at him go. Finds a 2K surprise. Bursts out from nowhere. They were not expecting him at all. 4-on-2, and what a move from Techno.
Bomb goes down. Blonde setting up as well. Looking for a leg, but nothing really going to be tested here. The two remaining CT sides sort of happy just to park up. The question is, do they get caught in the hunt? There's a little bit of a look here. There's a world in which one can go in their favor. But Yami getting in behind, he actually might catch a second mid player here and get at least one more kill. A bit of a silver lining. On the tally, question is, does he check? Turn around. There we go. Freebie. Oh, no.
Oh,
and the knife's about to happen too. Oh, maybe not, actually. It looks like he's turning right round. Whew. There was a world in which Yami maybe was a little bit too cocky. Hang, we're not going to be. And Dobu will stay alive and have rifles to work with in towards the next. Like we were saying as well for Eruption, they've still got loss bonus anyway. So they're going to buy in towards the next. But I don't think they actually want that. They don't want to be having loss bonus. They try to be putting rounds on the board, but they're not making this that much of a competition. And IHC, once again, starting to pull away quite considerably. That's a 4-round gap that they're building up on T side. And well, statistically, Inferno is the most even map in the pool. 52.6% CT sided as of the end of 2022. I mean, this map has been a, you know, a real good affair for some T sides and quite puggy at times too. So Eruption really struggled in this first half. That just might be all she wrote.
Yeah, the T side like rotation game, the faking out, the back and forth, the double pumps. Oh, speaking of the back and forth, the flash from Score actually blinds up Techno really effectively. So Shinobi gets a free one there on the MP9, which, you know, he had to demote down to because of the money situation. Eruption then going to be thankful that they come away with a very early, very funny burst frag.
And now? In comes the push on towards B as well. I was waiting for that pop flash to come in. Will it kind of get off the back of it? No. Shinobi for the first as well. Quick trade coming in though. Bartak at least. Bring the numbers a little bit closer, but a lot of damage has been dealt.
Yep. Fury needs to stay alive here, and he kind of knows it as well. Through the smoke, spamming away. Nearly takes out Bartak, who remains living on a thread. That first kill that Shinobi found, really important because it drops the bomb, and they've not moved fast enough to retrieve it. No chance to get a plant in here. Actually just going to give them the space, not going to spam through. Annihilation misses out the shot. This is so close. Molotov going to force them forwards, going to really force them forwards. Look at Dobu, he's burned all the way down to 28 HP. He left his teammate. They are looking very panicked here on this retake. Not a lot of time to work with. There it is. So Yami finds two in quick succession. Thankfully, the HP bars were low enough because to me, they looked incredibly shaky moving in there. Eruption, though, second one on the board now.
And now we can take a little bit of a breather and think about kind of, well, so far, what we've seen from Eruption. That's what we need to be seeing consistently, consecutively on the board. That CT side has the ability to take early space and to take early fight, to make this game work to their tempo, to kind of to their play style. But we haven't really seen it yet. Now we're starting to, just a little bit. Some of the individuals stepping up as well. I think Yami is really starting to make a difference. Of course, Shinobi getting at least in the action, and this time not a team kill. So you're thinking, okay, all things considered a lot more positive Right, see, what started so strong from them on their T side, starting to get to a point now where they're definitely going to have to really kind of fight for these rounds coming forward. It's no longer going to be plain sailing.
No, very true. Very true indeed. It is getting awfully close here in IHC. You know, some of the rounds they storm ahead, other rounds they look very messy. They have, if nothing else, been super inconsistent across the course of these past couple of days. Maybe even stretching a bit further beyond that, to be fair. Looks like a B hit. Shaping up outside of the B bomb site, and, well, getting ready to flash in. Shinobi is on the way. Flash going to come in. Is anyone playing anti? No, they're not. And then a double for Shinobi. Massive stuff. Simple flash. Perfect timing. And another great round. Smoke to go down as well to cover the escape. Absolutely fantastic stuff from Eruption.
And now it's the call. I mean, what do IHC do here? 3 remaining alive. bARTAC taking damage too. No way in towards that B site. Rotating over towards A is just as precarious. This is a horrible scenario. They need someone, an individual, to step up massively. The same way we look towards map number 1 and Yami got that ace over towards Ancient. We need someone to be pulling off some serious numbers in this round if they want to find success. But still a lot of utility being used over towards B. While bARTAC remains over towards the A site, the bomb still remains in place. They're trying to bait them away, but it's not working.
No, absolutely not working. Shinobi up on the boost, going to find success once again. bARTAC and Annihilation ready to go, but there's no time. They're just going to move to save, and even that might be a challenge here. Annihilation, he's going to meet resistance. He could go down after time if he's not careful. Just in the nick of time, he dies, you know? It's kind of a weird silver lining there for him. He would have liked to save, of course, but either way, it will be an eco out, you would imagine, from IHC. I think they need to take a timeout for my money.
Kind of think you're right. I do. I think you're kind of spot on. IHC, they've lost control of this game. I think maybe going into the next full buy, a timeout would be a good call, right? To have a little bit of a break, have a breather. Hero AK, right? IHC coming through. bARTAC is going to be the one wielding it. Nothing left in the bank for him going forward as he kind of fully invests around it. Gets it off one, but just, it's messy. It's a bloodbath in towards second mid. Yami multiple. And Fury and Shinobi will see it off. It was a complete massacre coming towards that second mid position, but a bit of a throwaway round. I'd like to see IHC pause now and just have a conversation on what they're going to do going forward. They have some money to work with aside from bARTAC to decide what's the plan of action. No, they're just going straight in. No time to talk.
Yeah,
I think it's a good opportunity here for Eruption to just tie the game up, right?
Yeah, I would have liked to see a timeout, I think, to just slow down the pace a little bit. Eruption really picking up speed and looking effective. You know, I think we're both on that same train that these past few rounds have been incredibly effective from Eruption. So would have been nice to just talk things over and come in with a game plan here, because it looks like IHC are just going for the same sort of default. Maybe we're going to see them quickly burst out on towards A. They are heavily grouped up at middle, and the sort of prod and poke default that they've been going for didn't really work for them. So yeah, it is going to be a mid burst coming in. Either way, coolest is the first line of defense over here. Actually going to be Dobu that falls. Coolest going through the smoke, gets one. Thankfully the trade is there for IHC. An absolute pandemonium on the A-bomb site is what they've gone for. And once again, creating the chaos works really well for IHC.
For Shinobi, and of course money for himself and Fury in arrears. They can give this a go. I think going for it would be a good call too. The question of can they make it expensive? It's not looking likely. Fury gets one. 2 remaining alive for IHC, but thankfully they're finding success. And an orb scooped up as well. All things considered, that's not a bad round. Even though they didn't call for a timeout, as we would have hoped, they still managed to find success. So we're thinking, okay, that really could have slipped the other way, though. We could have seen Eruption tie that game up, and then things would have get dicey. But hey, I don't mind at all. As long as IHC keep ticking them over, we're not going to complain too much for Eruption. Now it's over to them. And we look towards them and how they're able to turn things back in their favor. Momentum was swinging so heavily towards them, so favorably. And then a little bit of a step up in tempo. And like we said, we saw it so much towards Ancient. When IHC have their backs against the wall, when they're feeling the pressure, they just go quick.
No, it's true. Very, very true. Much slower, much more tense kind of round here, I think, from both teams. They really do understand the gravity of what's going on. IHC especially, I think, getting a bit ahead of themselves. When they look at a 5-1 scoreline, you maybe do start to think, sound, we're in, this is our game. And Eruption have come back pretty fiercely, and they have plenty in the bank to solidly reinvest into this round. So, not panic stations just yet for Eruption. Maybe in the next round. But they'll be setting their sights on winning this one. I think they're very, very capable of it. Going to be an A-hit. Brackets control from IHC coming through quietly. Slow but sure. Coolest flashed off the angle, but he fancies himself still sticking around here. Oh, rings off a shot. Surely goes down. He does indeed. There's a player in at Graveyard. Going to have to go absolutely massive. Does not do so. That'll be the save that I was talking about. And that'll be the 7th that IHC were after.
What do they do here as well? I mean, in terms of the save, maybe I wouldn't even mind Fury setting up quite aggro. I think he is going to do exactly that. I like this call, man. Just park him up somewhere over towards apps, maybe stairs, and I wouldn't even mind him going a little bit deeper, right? He has money to work with. I mean, maybe they might need it for a drop, especially since Coolest isn't exactly sitting too pretty. That's better, though. This is more like the IHC we know, who are able to really control the games kind of to their tempo. This is sort of what we expect out of them. They're looking good. They're looking very good now, up to 7. There's a world in which they can take quite a dominant lead at the halfway mark. Especially Eruption can't put a plug in this now. It's already, while they found success, it's sort of been, few and far between. And they're occasionally making it expensive. All things considered, it's not been too formidable. Fury does fall right at the end there to Bartak. No save for him. Does get himself one, makes it a little bit expensive, but does it make a difference? Not really, not at all. What's the buy call coming through? Full. Yami might struggle a little bit, so just a mag 7 for him. Does he go and park over towards half wall? We've seen it used time and time again. For Eruption, 3 rounds behind, and of course a map behind too, after a very close 16-13 over towards Ancient. I'm very interested to see what Yami does with this mag 7.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. He's going to use it in the apartments. Looks to keep on pushing, maybe. Lost one of his teammates over on the B side. They do trade that one up. Yorp in apartments. The mag 7 in apartments. Still hanging about. Oh, there's a player in mid-room. Surely Bartak goes down here, but the mid-control coming in. Coolest has got to look away. Trade there. Yami on the mag. What can he get done? He's panicking, trying to save the day. Flying round. Does actually land a pretty hefty tag, but didn't get all the pellets onto score there, so he will survive. Fury, meanwhile, is just looking at a save here. Bomb plant going to go down. IHC moving up to 8.
IHC in a position now where we start to think that they could already be on the sort of the road to seeing this one off, and we might have quite the extended break in between the 2 games. Bartak will see it off. Fury falling. This is really good work. This has to be an eco now for Eruption, surely. They can't afford to invest heavily towards this round. Once again, sticking around the 2K mark. Yami ignores me to go to the mag 7. Of course, they got lost spreaders built up, I guess. So I can sort of understand in some senses, but I would have, hoped and expected maybe just at the very most, sort of your Deagles coming through. That's what we're going to see. A couple of Deags. Yami with a mag 7. Again, interested to see what he actually does with it. Had very little success previous. He's going to park over towards short. IHC on the road, putting up a dominant T side right now, and this has been a fantastic showing. Early nades coming in. Deagle, tag. That's all it is.
Needed more out of the Deagle there, maybe.
Yeah, he got it.
Indeed. There we are. Big man Yami, but he will be traded out. That is kind of hilarious. We love a good swag kill on the feed. But looking good. Once you find these, early couple of kills, I think you can say that you're anti-force buy, anti-eco, whatever you kind of want to call this, is working for you, right? It now should be a hell of a lot easier. You're not walking into a stack. You've not lost to a Deagle round a corner, he says. You do have an AK retrieved here. Shinobi goes a little unchecked. However, Techno just holds mouse 1, spins his head around until he finds the right player. Very funny indeed, and I think it's going to be a double AK save here into the end of this round, so it will be a 9th for IHC.
Double AK save across, I guess, is the real silver lining, to be perfectly honest. They're more than happy just to park up with these. I think, actually, for IHC, they should go hunting, especially Score and Techno. Just try and make this, I mean, as expensive as they can, right? Just make sure they don't have anything to work with. Of course, Eruption are going to have a buy-in towards the next anyway, but you'd rather them have M4s and AKs. Means, of course, they have to make sure they pick up head armor and all the same, which is, I guess, a tad more expensive. But all things considered, 9 rounds already on C side. That's pretty damn good. It's a lot to be thankful about, and you know, to praise over towards IHC, because this is looking really solid right now. And Eruption are in a position where we have to seriously start questioning this side and start looking towards yesterday's results, where they took them down 2-0, and thinking, was that just a fluke? You know, IHC just didn't show up, or you know, maybe IHC came in overconfident or didn't give Eruption any respect or whatnot, and we're in a position now where we're thinking that was just a pure flash in the pan moment, never going to happen again, because IHC are now actually prepared.
Trying for the early aggression once again on the IHC side. They do seem to love it. Got to be careful spamming away here. Yami not having too bad of a game, but IHC, they've got 3 in apartments ready to burst out at any moment. And it looks like the moment might come pretty soon, to be honest. Not wasting any time. Flashes rolling around. They're going to get that pit control real fast. Coolest trying to bounce back towards... Oh, the defensive spot. Bartak spots the tip of his head, though. bLitz, meanwhile, still in apartments here. Ready for Dobu. Gonna find Dobu. Annihilation holds down from B. It's fallen apart once again. IHC have just really hit the groove in these past few rounds. Looking like double digits gonna be hit. And what option do you have but to save shinobi on 15 HP? Even that might be hard to do.
Double digits. I mean, that is already incredible. We kind of alluded to this coming in towards this game about how good IHC have been, not only domestically, but internationally on this map. And I think maybe Eruption sort of letting this one slip in towards the pool a little bit was quite risky. I think of all the maps, if IHC get a choice, they always try and do go towards Inferno. Most played map for them in the last 3 months. It's been a bit of a stalwart of their game. Of course, so far looking so damn good. Does shinobi save? He's being desperately hunted. Does he get clear there? Annihilation, maybe playing with fire a little bit. Smolly will come through, and he will fall to the flames, but he gets one on the way out. Annihilation, no AWP saved, of course. Plenty of money to work with. Not exactly the end of the world. It does mean that buy-in towards the 15th and final round of the half is pretty dire. Double AWP setup. And then it's pretty janky around that double MP9 on a FAMAS. We kind of saw this once already in towards Ancient, and it didn't work really at all. Not too favourable here. There's a World War in which I actually put up 11 on T side, which I can't lie, it already sort of feels done by then. Oh, we may be having a little bit of a reset though.
I think we might be. Seems like we've got a
FPS
pretty
issue apparently.
Hefty drop somewhere. Yep.
Yeah.
There is that classic CSGO bug, to be fair, where your FPS just randomly drops.
Yeah, and you used to be able to put a console command in to get rid of it, but
like refresh everything.
Yeah. For some reason they kind of got rid of it. You got to like reset the server or like drop out and go back in again. There used to be like a really easy one. You could just put in the console and boom, you were sorted. But Valve got rid of it. It probably was doing something else whilst also fixing FPS.
Yeah.
But, either way. Quick tech pause. We have some FPS issue, but hopefully we get this the show back on the road in just a mere moment. So far, though, I think it's safe to say so good. Everything is looking fantastic over towards IHC. They're in a really strong position where I can't lie, Scriv. Internally, I'm already starting to think that maybe this game in the series is done.
Yeah, well, I mean, the way that IHC have been winning the rounds, right? Eruption, they get 4. None of them are really in a row. IHC just playing very, very pug heavy, actually. We have seen a couple of slow rounds out from them, but not too many, not an awful lot.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's very, very tough indeed, I think, to really consider which way they've been winning the rounds and just the way that IHC look so damn effective. And then we move on to the CT side. I think just looking at players like bLitz, who continues his performance from the first map. Techno as well was not too far behind. I think these players are going to be very difficult to cut through on the Eruption side of things.
No, I agree. And do you know what? It's quite interesting to see kind of individually Techno. I mean, his first half on Ancient was really slow. Single-digit kills. He wasn't looking that good at all. And then comes on the T side, and he just finds this kind of new lease of life. And he starts to look so revitalized. And since then, this guy's been unstoppable. I mean, he's been taking fights in terms of his entering ability, really, really solid. So, I mean, I got to give a lot of respect to him, right? He has really set the tempo and set the tone here quite well over towards this side. Actually going to be a different buy coming through as well from Eruption. They had a double MP9 previously. Now they have a FAMAS off the back of the reset. So maybe a little bit more time to kind of figure out a couple of pistols just being dropped in towards spawn. Of course, not exactly like they're short on cash by any means, and it is the final round. So there's quite a few Tech 9s, I think. Yeah, Tech 9s in towards spawn. But nevertheless, we can get this the show underway. It is 10-4 in favor of IHC. Eruption and looking and hoping for a little masterclass to try and find their 5th desperately. And with this sort of buy, actually, it's not actually it's pretty doable. I mean, it's not actually a bad buy for Eruption at all. Having that double up setup, you know what the likes of Coolest can do.
Very true indeed. Oh, double molly as well. Nade to answer on towards Dobu. He's going to eat a lot of damage. They're just charging in here. It's been successful in the past, but they are insanely ready this time around. It's a classic. You know, you get a timeout and you just go for the super fast round. They used to do this all the time. And, well, it seems like it's still a trend in Asia. It doesn't really work out. Eruption very ready for that hit there. And a 10-5 finish at the turn of the half.
Well, ladies and gents, we're going to press on a break. We will see you after. See you in a moment. Welcome back. We are just about to get underway in towards the second half. 10-5 is where we stand, and it's safe to say IHC, they've been looking pretty damn good. After taking map number 1, they are just 6 rounds away from pushing us towards a 2-0.
Yes, they are indeed. IHC, pretty dominant stuff, right? Eruption do well to get the 5th, and we'll see. Pistol going to be worth its weight in gold. Blitz, here's all this info. Is going to be the apps pop coming in. Annihilation and Blitz both chiming in with some solid frags, especially Annihilation continues that trend of playing so damn well. Headshot through the wall, though, could make the difference here. Julie's on the way, and surely going to melt through these players, especially with that nade damage. Now, they are trapped. They've got some control, but little do they know, they really are just on a ticking time bomb with this one. And the CT's not afraid to wait them out, if that's what it comes to. Julie's kind of revealed. Yami on the backstab. If he had more HP, I'd give him a chance. He does actually find a head.
No.
Unafraid. No way.
Not with 1 point. Not with 1 point, surely.
I don't believe this. I don't believe it. Scores managed to find one. Yami, though, will keep it rolling. He finds himself an ace. Are you kidding me? 3 kills on 1 HP.
What? That's a second ace as well, might I say, of this series alone. Yami's an animal. I mean, maybe if IHC ever needs someone to step in, you know, Yami's the guy you look at. This guy seems to be kind of the best of the rest. I mean, we kind of mentioned Coolest quite a lot, but Yami's having a monstrous series. And that round is fantastic. 5 kills, 3 of them with 1 point of HP and a Glock. My God, he makes that look like a rifle. That was phenomenal. Hey, Eruption, they've come flying out of the gate. They've kickstarted things in emphatic fashion. I think a little bit of a wake-up call over towards IHC.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They definitely should have had that round 3v2, you know, finding the initial frags themselves. That's unbelievable. Still going to be reeling for that one for a few rounds here, I think. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, we'll see what the force spike can get done. I don't think it's going to be an awful lot of anything. They do find a kill out on B, but they'd gone for the B stack, and unfortunately A is dealt with, and dealt with easily. So I think we're going to see an anticlimactic one here, folks, where we just get another save. Another force buy in the follow-up round from IHC. Eruption, though, up to 7, certainly making it competitive. Keep those pistol rounds rolling, but a lot of pressure on these next couple for sure.
And now, for IHC, they're happy just to keep hold of what they've got. Mac 10 in hands, a couple of pistols, and of course that scout, because they would have nothing in toward the next anyway, so having 4 saves really not that bad. And I think Eruption really want to test things either. For them trying to hunt here, A, it's already worth it, maybe unless you send just 1 Mac 10, because they'd have money to buy, but aside from that, there's just no real point, because what are you dropping really? Couple of pistols, a Mac 10 as well, it's not going to make a huge difference really at all. So, all things considered, Eruption not a bad start to the half. 2 rounds on the trot for them. That does mean they start to go within the, kind of that arm's reach. 7 to 10. And it's yet another sort of low buy for IHC as it has to be. They're playing around that 2K mark, making sure they have money to work with towards the next. But Eruption can go within 2 before the proper true response comes through.
Well, once again, going to try and go for the B control. It's a bit more aggressive this time around. Flashes coming through so they can take that banana control as best they possibly can. Dobu going to eat a tag, I think, from middle there. So the scout kind of locking them in a little bit. The Eruption very ready for this. Another tag from the scout. Oh, dangerous. There's a nade. There is a HE. Blitz with a well-placed one could do a lot of damage here, but even the Deagles, the 5.7s that they have in play, they're going to look to move towards B. You've got to be kidding. This could be a bloodbath. They don't play it right. First one comes in for the CT side. Nade to touchdown. Doesn't finish off the low HP players. So they didn't send too many bodies forwards. Molotov should be enough. Score! Gets the smoke down. They know he's there. They're not so sure about the Mac 10, of course.
1 point of HP. Fine margins of score to get that smoke down. My God. They're locked out of B, though, aren't they? I mean, this is actually the thing where for Eruption, they need to be extremely careful. They've really got no banana control, and it's going to be a bloodbath to get it back.
Oh, the nade absolutely miles away does the damage, by the way. Return Mac 10. Pretty decent. Blitz as well holding down, but the AKs, those Galils as well, just coming out on top. Annihilation Oh, man, there is a CT smoke available. If there wasn't, he would really be in with a chance to just mow them down here. Not going to be the case for him. What does he opt to go for? They're very, very split, hiding inside the smoke. Dobu low. Yami low. Plant coming in and Annihilation is just biding his time. In he'll go. He'll find the player at first. Nearly on the USP. Takes down Yami. Not quite. The scout, though. One shot onto each is enough. He's got plenty of time to work with. Coolest. The arm. Oh, not enough to take him down, though. He does find it. The trade there from Yami saves the day. And it's not an ace for Yami, but he finishes off the team ace. And I think absolutely Eruption needed every single member to work through that one. What a stressful round.
Oh my gosh, that is fine margins once again. I mean, this side, IHC, to try to make that competitive when it really shouldn't have been, considering what they brought to the table, a lot of credit. They did a really, really nice banana take, and that alone made that so messy. I mean, it kind of forces Eruption to go in two minds, right? Do they try and risk things over towards A with... Well, I mean, essentially no information, right? They're coming into this and they're thinking, right, they've got two plans of action here. They plug their way back in towards Banana, which they at least have information that, yes, there's going to be some people aggressive, and surely we should have the better firepower, which was true, but they still weren't winning their 50-50s. Or do they go towards A, which is that even a possibility of a gamble stack there, right? A smoke comes through in towards bottom Banana, just to kind of keep them at bay and force them to kind of tunnel them in over towards the A side. So it was really messy. And I think for Eruption, they made the right call going towards B and retaking it. But even still, credit to IHC. That was so close. And you definitely see a world in which I would have gone the other way. Now, though, full buy. Very comfortable full buy for IHC. And they're a side who, actually, for the most part, want to stay with the M4A1Ss rather than the M4A4s. They haven't really made the switch for the most part, apart from Bartak.
Yeah, very true. We've seen kind of a mix. It seems like the A4 is back, but we don't quite know in what capacity just yet. Some spots, you know, say B, for example, maybe the A1S to spam through smokes and everything is what you want. bLitz, speaking of, gonna find it. Oh, with the HE quickly traded out, though. Eruption are really hot on the heels of the CT side. Techno playing up close and personal, waiting for a flash to come in. Where is it? There's the flash from the T side. Score needed a double. The B bomb site gonna fall, and there's plenty of bodies on that T side to make sure that they gain control of it. Might just be the round with the back of those frags, to be honest.
And what's the call now, right? You're looking over towards this CT side, that low HP. Double stacking towards A. It's I guess, a good call. But the bomb's going towards B, so what can you do? Bomb will go down. Host one to come through in Eruption. Reaching distance. Whew. Dancing, playing my fire a little bit there. Yami. Then he gets caught by the AWP. It won't make a difference overall. Eruption will be up to 9 in just mere moments. And for IHC, it has to be that save goal. It just has to be a bit of a position where with A, I think they honestly should call for attack. They should have a little conversation now, because it's not exactly being the perfect start to their CT side. IHC have come out the gate and they're looking a little bit on edge. They're looking a little bit slower, a little bit less in control like they were on towards their T side. And Eruption so far actually looking pretty good. And it's something we were slightly aware of. We knew that while this map is very good for IHC, everybody knows how to play Inferno. It's such a puggy map, and you play it in all your your pugs, your scrims, your faces, your ESCAs. It's such a common map to see come into the pool. So Eruption will know how to play at a high level too. And so far on the T side, they do. It's been some good work. IHC needs to be careful. Of course, they will have a buy. I wouldn't mind attack. Just have a conversation about what the plan is and what they've seen so far from the T side. But it looks like they are just going to go for this.
Yep, indeed, going to send it. Would expect nothing less from the Asian region. Certainly, you know, playing pretty thick and fast. Double nades, not quite. They were good for a rush, I think, but not quite there for where Fury was playing from. That's a much better nade. So clearly being dropped down from bLitz, and Fury going to eat 50 damage pretty much for free there. So IHC, not a bad start, but no frags coming in yet.
Annihilation is someone who always makes you eat your words a little bit. That's a lovely second as well towards Yami. That's quick, seriously quick. Double stack as well as Bartak holds and waits, looking for a pixel to work over towards Boiler. And a molly in towards Bao, caught deny the pressure. But it still looks like Eruption want to go towards A.
Yeah, they're feeling it. I mean, maybe just the fact that they have no other options. Motor Smoke goes down. Annihilation, though, on this AWP. Once he's got it in hand, he's looked so damn good. Fury tries to find a cheeky one out towards long. You know, the Moto Smoke goes in. Often you can see players quickly push through it, but Fury smelled a rat, and they've got plenty of bodies to work with. They don't need to go too crazy. Down goes the AWP. Shinobi doing his best here. Flash down on towards the site. Waiting for this player on the box to peek up, and unfortunately his crosshairs seemed to be there, but he did not land the shots. IHC, in classic IHC fashion, as soon as the lead comes under threat, they will win a round.
Yeah. That's off the back of an individual, just a tad. Annihilation, quick. He's been matching that bLitz now. 16 kills to his name. I mean, always someone who makes things so good. And a pause going to be called here on the T side. They're third as well already. They're running out of them. Not too much left in the bank for them in terms of pauses or, of course, money. The buy can be slightly weird. I mean, they could actually force into this. I don't think it's even a bad idea, actually. A force would be all right for Eruption. I mean, Coolest got money. Fury can buy in as well. Shinobi will be okay. Yami will be fine. I think a force buy is the right call. But again, it is still very risky, right? It's kind of like, you know, how are you going to make this work off the back of this force buy? We're going to see AK, one Galil, Mac 10 and Dobu just down to a pistol. He's a bit of like a util mule, bit of a donkey, just carrying all the nades to the location. He might end up being a little bit of cannon fodder too.
It's possible. Certainly, oh, possible. bLitz going to eat one in the face, and then Fury finishes him off over the edge of the smoke. That's unfortunate for IHC. They will lose a player in such an important round. You can see where the buy is at, right? Eruption will be very happy with that. They're looking to burst in. Fury going to find another with his Galil. Score. Does not stand a chance. Fury is definitely playing with such emotion into this one, that's for sure. Only 2 players remain now for IHC, and I think they just have to save. There's no way back in.
Yeah, I mean, while the util is a fairly decent amount of damage, Fury individually has won in this round. Bomb will go down, that's it. I think maybe for IHC, while the call down towards B is not bad, I think they overextend ever so slightly. I think maybe a little bit of fortune as well, getting tagged through the smoke, because obviously gives away that sound cue. And Yami's still going for a bit of a lurk hunt here as well. He's close towards the A site. He could actually make this even more expensive on the way out. Of course, there is money left in arrears for the CT side, but they're giving this a go as well. Yami having a little look in. He could catch someone. And if he catches that AWP as well, that could be huge. There's a world in which they might not be able to buy it again. You can spot him, and he'll drop him too. That's quick. That's really nice. And it's down to Bartak. Will he be able to save the AWP on the way out? He's getting hunted. He's not going to go for it. Yes, he is. He'll get it. Okay, all right. Silver linings. Silver linings at the very least. Eruption, though. Within 1. They're right on their tail, kind of breathing down their neck now. And finally, we are going to see IHC call for their first pause. They needed to kind of pump the brakes a little bit. I think they've just been rolling with the punches a little bit too long. They need to have a conversation about how they can ice out this Eruption site so far, because the teams are looking pretty good. We're starting to see a few individuals step up. Yami continues to be a problem. Fury, of course, waking up as he was extremely quiet before. Meanwhile, Coolest has still not been as notable as he usually is. If he starts to find form too, this map could be done in a matter of seconds and we could be going to Mirage.
We could be. We certainly could be. That's the big thing to think about here. IHC, you know, how are they going to perform under the pressure now that it is on them? First half looked great. Second half, not so much here, folks. Yeah, the T-sidedness of Inferno maybe, but Eruption are just absolutely balling that last round from Fury. You know, IHC going to worry if he's going to play like that for the rest of the game. That's for sure. But either way, they take their time. They come back in with a respectable buy, and they are questioning the aggression this time around.
But a util. Bit of early presence known into towards second mid. Kind of like this from IHC as well. Not too aggressive this time. More than happy to give up a bit of map control. So I say, actually, for a score. So has to fly down Banana. They could do a bit of damage as well, actually. Yeah, they will. Fury down to 60. Not the worst start. A score will find the first.
Yeah, pretty solid stuff on the edge of the smoke. Fury, that's a big name to take as well. Look at how they kind of look flustered now. They're without their hero, their big man, their sort of solo, not lurk, but, you know, attention grabber, I guess. And in quite a few rounds, he's found a number of frags all by himself and just, you know, pulled the team to the bomb site that he finds space in. Very slow on the upswing here. They've got the smokes down towards long. 4 players. Pretty close vicinity to this bomb site. 30 seconds. Techno creeping round. No one around. Gets his kill. Lovely stuff. Trade was there if it was needed. So fantastic little move in from Library. Meanwhile, out on the site itself, bLitz is going to find a keen one. And Yami, good timing to fly down. They'll get control of the site then. Dobu's found score. Look how low they all are. But the bomb's going to get planted. And Techno, he's looking at a bunch of headshot angles right now. So he doesn't really know how low they are, nor can he abuse it. And they might just, you know, because of the AWP here, they might think that saving is the only option. Indeed, that's what they're going to go for. They don't have the info available that we do, folks. And, of course, IHC going to back off after a great start to that round.
Now, of course, for IHC, this is actually quite dire. This is really, really not good. I mean, we're looking at a side who are seriously struggling. 11 all. They might get one on exit. Now he'll cross. He might actually overextend and get caught here. He will. Oh my god, please get him. Yeah, there we go. That was playing with food just a little bit. 2 remain alive for Eruption. But it's either game up. 11 all. IHC, maybe another attack might be needed because this side, they've put it 1 round of the last 7 played now. This is not good. 10-5 at the half. Now we stand with Eruption all tied square 11 all. IHC have completely fallen flat. They're a shadow of their former selves. And I think while we've seen them play passive and, you know, maybe net them the odd kill here and there, the fact that they keep losing the numbers advantage is the thing that's really getting to me. And I wouldn't even mind if IHC stepped it up a little bit more aggressive just to try and play trades, because their lack of trading and their spacing has been so costly.
Yep. No, it's very true. I think, you know, this region especially likes a lot of solo plays.
Yeah.
Big nade onto Fury. Big nade onto Fury. We've seen them start rounds like this in the past. And they've only found success in 1. Again, got to cast your mind back to that first half. Pretty effective from IHC. 10-5. Winnable scoreline. Lose out the pistol. Won the first rifle. Since then, they've been dropping. They've been losing. They've been slipping. Annihilation. He's going to work his way around. Not all the way around. Another big nade lands onto shinobi. So it's looking very good for IHC. Eruption are running the clock down. Annihilation needs to pick his timing very carefully if he wants to go around this corner. If not, it's in a very tough spot. Gets flashed off. They don't come after him, so he can just stay on the angle. They're moving towards B now. We need an info gather from this AWP. We really do need an info. Here we go. He hears them running away. Not going to go around the corner. You know, very timid once again. Score. Meanwhile, edge of the smoke. Have they got another one to throw down here? I don't think so. This one's only just gone. There's not a lot of time. 20 seconds. Score playing anti. That smoke's going to fall. Oh, fade in just a second. Dobu finds score. Going to go down. Techno also falls to Dobu. That'll be the bomb plant with 10 seconds left. And again, I think you've got to move to save. Not a bad idea on B, but just not quite the execute. They needed an extra smoke. Annihilation's got one. He's not used it all round. Maybe get him to drop. You know, you need to know what you're doing here, especially with the utility on Inferno. And I think they are just ever so slightly out of sorts. They're going to lose their lead as well.
This is rough. This is a horrible CT side so far from IHC. This is not what we're looking for. This is a side who, like we said, statistically, this map usually very, very good for them. So far, this has been a really rough showing. And credit to Eruption. They've not once given up. They've never thought this was kind of done a fair at 10-5 and map down as well. This side are on the road to seeing off their opponent's map pick and push us towards Mirage in quite the incredible fashion. 12-11. Thankfully, another pause called by IHC. I mean, I guess with the amount of saves they've been going for, they can so consistently just force buy back in. That's never really a problem. Of course, Lost Burn is so healthily built up. They don't want Lost Burners built up. They're now behind. 12-11. And Eruption, what a turnaround from them. This is a side who at one point we were looking at this thinking, hey, they're gonna see this off IHC 10-5 surely. done and dusted and sort of dead in the water. But no. Pause called and done. Of course, the buy still remains pretty good over towards IHC. And it has for quite a while. They never really sort of struggled. It's just the fact that they're so often saving. It's getting to a point now where we have to start asking a lot of questions. And for Eruption, they are so happy just to keep running it down with the AKs. They don't need to, buy up in towards the AWP. And they're so happy just to keep playing this 5-rifle play and play off the back of trays. So far, their T side has been phenomenal.
Yeah, it certainly has. Oh, Annihilation on top of the half wall. Gonna look to go for it again, maybe. The flash is coming in. They've got to be careful, but Annihilation wants to play aggressive with this AWP. He needs to be a bit more dynamic on it. I think we're seeing IHC towards the tail end of this game become a bit too respectful, but there it is, an aggressive angle. Not an aggressive play, just the angle itself, and Fury gets caught off by it. Great start here into round number 24. They just have to be careful they don't throw it back, and Score is going to give it away just as the rotation moves round, and now the defense is panicked. Really, really panicked. Flash comes round. Techno absolutely has to stay alive. Annihilation misses the opportunity. Smoke going to come in. Techno does manage to find Shinobi. Sticking around, staying alive. That's his key thing here. Great flash about to come through. It doesn't blind up Coolest, but it's all good. He's not got the support. Bomb down onto... frag down onto Yami. More for Techno. Not going to be needed. There he is to find the final frag. A great round coming in from Techno to survive from the back of Dark. They just could not deal.
Finally, right? Finally, we get to sit here post-round and positively look at what this CT side can do and what they can sort of, I guess, bring to the table. We know that IHC have it in the back locker. We know they have this capability when it comes towards the CT side. We just haven't seen it. I mean, it kind of looks like they've sort of taken their foot off the gas. Now they're back in 6th gear. And if they can continue putting up those sort of rounds, we can look back at this game positively overall and think, yeah, there was maybe hiccups in the middling part, but able to look all right. Oh, we'll take a peek off the back of it. Score will find the first. Fury to fall. That's an important kill. And Annihilation now stepping up. And he's really started to find form. Back-to-back rounds, finding opening kills.
I don't even know if they talk in the timeout, right, about an actual game plan or a set round or whatever. I think it was just a mood change. We're better than this. We need to play into their face a bit more. They're playing too slow for us to deal with, so we have to start dictating the pace. That's exactly what they've done in this round. Exactly what they did in the previous. And they look to do it again. 3 out towards B. You would say not a chance. Shinobi, well, I mean, they're all low. I don't even have to go through one by one. You know, people can read into that they are really down and out here on the Eruption side of things. IHC, it does beg the question, where's this been for the half? You know, the textbook kind of aggression and confidence that we see IHC play with. Well, it takes a lot of time, and it takes the fact that their back's against the wall to pull it out, to bring it out, and to show the A game. So IHC are going to have to keep that rolling, because now the issue is they don't have the room to maneuver. I think you and I would have called a timeout a bit earlier than where they put them, but all the same, better late than never.
And now we wait for Eruption. They want nothing to do with this. 15 seconds left, and they're not making a move or budging an inch. Finally, once again, for what feels like a long time, we can talk and talk about a consecutive round of the ball from IHC. They picked up an 11th early in towards the second half, and we were thinking, hey, maybe this is it. It's done and dusted. And since then, it's just been one-way traffic for Eruption. First time we've seen a consecutive round on that CT side. 13-12, back in their favor. Small lead, but they'll take it all the same as they slowly but surely get closer and closer to seeing off the map and the series. Either way, for Eruption, of course, their story not done just yet. They've still got at least one buy left in them. 3 AKs, 1 Galil, 1 AWP, but this could be the last for a while. If IHC win this, they break and shatter that Eruption economy.
Big round then. Score going to be the first to kind of play aggressive here. Has to be wary, has to be careful, not had the best of games. Techno, meanwhile, is having a pretty solid one. So, the 2 B players ultimately don't look too bad. Big nade landing. Takes Annihilation down to 46. That's pretty much a max damage nade, to be fair. So he's going to be left very low indeed, and a little bit unhappy about that.
Well, no, a bit of damage, but for Annihilation staying alive is kind of all that we really care about. This guy still manages to make it a contest. Presence over towards A, but the bomb still remains deep towards ramp. A rotate back towards B. Could come in just a moment. Actually, it kind of seems like bLitz is expecting that.
Yeah, just a little bit. Really slowed down. 30 seconds left. This is going to be a pretty intense one. Annihilation's got a great spot. Flash does come in. He's ready for Boiler. Going to peek round towards middle here. Does find one. Drops the bomb as well. Importantly, couldn't land the shot onto Dobu, but like I say, they've dropped the bomb. The jig is kind of up. It thwarts the entire attack. There's only 2 more players down here. They both need to chime in cleanly if they can. Oh my goodness, Bartek hits the player above him. When's he coming? When's he coming? Unfortunately, he comes at the right time. Molotov onto the site. Going to force the plant into a really bad spot. Can't really play around the bomb now. There's a kit available in the hands of Techno. A couple flashes as well to work through on that CT side. 2 coming in from the short angle. Actually, no, they're all split, aren't they? This is really not good. Yami does manage to isolate a fight score. Should have this guy dead to rights. Needs him to peek back up, though, of course, and he's hidden perfectly. Yami, he is going to peek up. Oh, it's striking a bit too early. Trying, but failing. It's all down to bLitz. Low HP. Can't find the head, and Yami will take him down. Another massive round coming in from Yami. Oh, Eruption. They keep the game rolling. IHC, again, it looked like they maybe had that one in the bag, but the panic gets the better of them.
I know we're looking at, you know, players like Annihilation and bLitz, and we keep talking about them at times, but I mean, Yami's been the best player today. I mean, so far he is really stepping up again. Coolest is usually the player that we look towards, over towards Eruption, but my God, Yami, he's having one of those days. Just what can you do, right? One of those days. He is not missing, and he's stepping up time and time again in a clutch situation. Eruption going to use their 4th and final tactical timeout, but my God, is Yami having an absolutely cracking game right now. And when called upon, he very, very rarely falters. This guy, like I said, for IHC, if there's ever a world in the future where they need someone to step in, I think I was I'm pretty sure I read that Bartek is just had a kid, and potentially might actually not be playing in the next major qualifier. So if that's the case and they're in need of a sub, just throwing it out there. Yami's not a bad decision. I feel like this guy he's pretty good, and he's not actually a hero rifler as well. He's not the guy who's usually looked over. That's Fury. Yami's a support player the same way Bartek is. So actually, in all fairness, he kind of can fill that role. I'm seeing a bit of a super team being built here in my head script, and I'm kind of liking it. Yami seems to be maybe an upgrade.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, looking pretty hot as it goes on. Will he be enough to get them over the line, though, here on Inferno? That's my big question. He's come up with some massive rounds. Now, if he gets taken down, if a guy like Fury as well, who's also found some pretty hefty entries, it could be a difficult one. Very slow once again. Another intense round. bLitz holding out towards long. Spams through, nothing being found. You know, Eruption are not letting this one slip away. Oh, he says, you're on him. Shinobi, lucky to be alive. bLitz again, given a lot of respect across and not, in theory, giving his life for that kill.
One nade, right? That would have been enough. Oh, that's a messy swing. He catches him with a flash, though. Fortunately, we'll be able to fall back.
Yeah, big damage coming through. Bartek going to find one in from the pit area. Every kill now going to be absolutely massive, especially onto that T side. They're just contacting out of balcony. This is a little crazy. Bartek hears him drop. Oh, Bartek got to be careful. He's got the cover, though. Of course, that impenetrable crossfire 9 times out of 10. Shinobi holding from the backside. They can't go B, though, because they've got the bomb. Ah, oh, man. 10 seconds. That's the round.
Yeah, bomb's
There's absolutely no chance.
It's unfortunate, yeah. Bombs pit. That was it. You know, one player maybe, I think, quite questionably overextending, and job's a good one, right? I mean, that's it, done and dusted, and then we have to look back at this and think, I don't know, another world, and we would have been all right. But no, not to be. 14-13. IHC take back a very, very slim lead. where we stand, of course, it's definitely not a job done. I mean, Eruption still continue to claw around on nothing and find success when we think it's done, and dead in the water. Okay, so 1 round. Of course, potentially, probably, I don't know, man. Look at the buy for Eruption. I think this is really risky. They've force bought in with not a stable economy at all. This could actually be their last full buy, and maybe their last real kind of contest of a round.
Yeah, not playing for the overtime. Apparently, they are confident in their ability, and well, the utility's already making a difference. You can see as well, we're sort of 30 seconds into the round. IHC sometimes have splurged all of it, but they're holding on to most of it this time. Waiting for that late round, because it seems like Eruption, that's their only game plan at the moment. Really smart stuff from IHC. And essentially, it feels like, yeah, they only need this 1 round, and then they should be able to find the game.
Looking. Again. Very early doors. A decent amount of space created as well by Eruption, so I'll give them the credit there, but you still can't feel too comfortable when it's 2 Deegs trying to take on fights against rifles and AWP. This is a really, really tough round. And you can sort of see that in Eruption's playstyle. They're not giving an inch at all. They are very nervous themselves.
Yep. Score moving in. Will give his life away. Expecting them a bit further up mid. Not going to be the case. Oh, Annihilation with the collat. Manages to find one through the wall. If that wasn't through the wall, I think he gets both kills there. Nonetheless, Shinobi's left very low. And the B play, they've decided against it. They've got a couple players out towards long here, and they're hoping it's been an over-rotation. 20 seconds remain, though. Again, an off-angle from Bartak is all you need, because there's only 20 seconds. They can't deal with him. They can't get the pre-aim. Shinobi from short has been heard. Bartak's not the only one on site, by the way. This player on cold box might get skipped. He's not dropped the bomb, but he's done pretty much enough here. Oh, goes down. The plant's still able to come through just about. The rotations have got to be careful. They're not to get a bit giddy on this one. Dobu on the Deagle. Pulls off a reload. They know exactly where he's at. He's trapped on site. bLitz, just be careful not to go too early. Wait for your teammate to come in. Annihilation with the AWP trade. This should be doable. USP leading the charge. Dobu going to hide away. He's buying himself more time. But maybe just buying himself more time for the inevitable. They know where he's at, and Annihilation will find his head. Defuse comes in, as well as map, series, and, of course, grand final point.
The very, very slim silver lining, it's minute, you can barely see it, is that they get a bomb plant, because it gives them a little bit more money to work with, but it's just not comfortable. That was such a risky buy for Eruption. I mean, playing for the win here, not for OT, I'm not a fan of. And funnily enough, you know, this just seems to be a bit of a standard, I can't lie, over towards the region, right? We see this more often than not, where we'll see these very, very risky force buys, where maybe the stability in terms of the economy isn't there to justify it, and it very rarely pays off. And that's another prime example, because they got nothing really to work with in towards the final round, and already down to just 4. Screw, I think we may be on the home straight.
Yep, definitely looking that way, isn't it? IHC not throwing this opportunity away. They'll be moving through to that grand final, working against Linvision, a bit of a rematch. If this movement here is to be successful. Score going to be tagged down to 27. We'll get finished off through the smoke. Somehow, Annihilation not finding either of them there. Crosshair in between the two. But a 4v3 nonetheless ensuing, with some B control for Eruption. Every little helps, I suppose.
Still doable. Still definitely doable. I mean, of course, a double Mac 10 doesn't ensue me with confidence, but they're going to rotate away. And actually, because they went loud, there's a world in which I'm pretty sure Annihilation would have heard a couple of steps going away. Of course, still going to park up. I think the 2-2 split should be good enough. At least gives them some security to kind of get one before falling, that sort of thing, and give the retake the ability. Just play for the trades. As long as they set up a crossfire, they should be all right just to win out on firepower alone.
Yeah, you would assume so. Looking for an A burst. Their last hope, the Hail Mary play. In they go. Techno going to find one. Coolest does manage to find the player in on site. Techno not sure where they're coming from, but he gets another massive frag, to be fair. And that will mean that we are now down to Shinobi to clutch up on 50 HP. Gets himself a smoke down. Has a HE available. They're both coming in from the same spot, though. It's going to be tough. Mac 10, maybe, might be the difference maker. We'll see here. Annihilation and bLitz moving in together. It's planted relatively open. shinobi's got to find the perfect timing, and then he's got to find two. I mean, surely not, right? One moves onto site. One's still in at short. Tap on the bomb. Annihilation spots him, and that's it. Both of them will spray down. That's going to be the GGs. A 2-0 in favor of IHC. Both maps incredibly hard fought, incredibly close. Eruption could have taken either of them, but they just couldn't get it done in the clutch, right? Those last few rounds really made the difference on both maps.
Hey, I mean, credit, right? When you look towards yesterday's result, Eruption taking them down 2-0, we're thinking, you know, maybe it might be a repeat, or, you know, was that a flash in the pan result? And I think I got to give credit towards Eruption. I think I maybe came into this thinking off the back of what we saw against Lim Vision, and we were thinking, hey, I think maybe that was just